Welcome back. In this video, we'll be learning about what are classes in Dart. Class is one of the fundamental topic in every programming language. So if you don't know anything about class, what is class, how to declare it, and why do we need to use it, kindly watch the entire tutorial. Also, if you haven't seen the previous tutorials, kindly watch them because those are the foundations of whatever we'll be doing today. So without any further delay, let's get started. So here you can see I got our cute little void main method. So today I'll show you how to declare new classes and how to use them. Right, now classes are nothing but simply a blueprint of all the methods, all the variables and all the body of our code. Right, so whatever code we write, normally we write everything under a particular class. We don't write jargon code, right? We have to write code with specific modules, specific functions and specific features. Now what does this thing mean? Now consider you are building an authentication system. So for an authentication system, what you will do, you will create a new authentication class, and under that class you will add the methods of login, sign up, logout, etc. and etc. Right, so let's put it under a code. So right now what I'll do, I'll create a new class for car. I'll show you how to create a new class with the help of a car example. So right now, to declare a class, you simply have to write a keyword known as class and the class name. Now make sure your class name always starts with uppercase letter, that is capital C, capital A and all the capital alphabets. Right. Also make sure you are not writing your entire class name to be uppercase. For example, this is not allowed. It is not a good convention. You should be writing your car name, that is your class name, in such a way. Right, now this is my class. Right, simply write a class keyword, your class name and the following curly braces. Under the curly braces it will be your body. Whatever data you will be writing under it, it will be represented by the class name car. So right now what I'll do, under every class you require your members, your class members. So for car I'll simply write my member name to be a string, let's say name, a car name and also an integer of price. Right, let's say car name and price. Now every time you declare members under your class, you have to describe a constructor for it. Right, so for that purpose what you have to write, you have to simply write a car name, that is your class name, open the brackets and simply write this dot name comma this dot price. That's it. Now what this thing refers, the following this keyword refers to all the members that are available under our class, that is our class of car. Now Dart smartly interprets that this keywords only gets inferred by all the members. So whenever you will be writing this and hit dot, it will be automatically showing all the members that are not instantiated. Right, now most of the tutorials get stuck, that is now most of the people get stuck because they don't know what is constructor, how to use constructor, etc. and etc. But constructor does nothing, it simply initializes the members of your class. That's it, no fancy hype, it only describes the members of your class. Now for now we have only two members here, right? But what I'll do, I'll simply write one more member, let's say boolean is fast or not, let's say his car is fast or not. Now as soon as you will declare a new member of your class, you have to describe it under your constructor. So for that I'll simply write this dot is fast and the following error will be gone because our constructor carries up all the member values, that is all the values of the members, that is name, price and is fast. Right, so this is how you will declare any of the basic class in your Flutter projects, in your Dart projects or any other programming language. Right, the syntax is almost the same but only some curly braces or brackets will change, but the concept of constructor, the members, etc. and etc. will remain the same. Right, so this is how you declare your class. Now what I'll do, I'll show you some of the things that you can do with your classes. Now let's say we have a class of car. Now let's say we will show the information about a particular car. So for that purpose I will create here a new function. So the function will be returning me a string. So let's have a function type to be a string. Now also if you don't know anything about function types, arguments, etc. and etc., kindly watch the previous videos. In that video I have clearly explained what are functions and why do we need them. Right, so here I have a string. So let's say function name of car details. Right, it will be requiring the following bracket and curly braces. Now here we need to return a string. So what I'll do, I'll simply say return under quotes, let's say this, alright, under a dollar quotation of this dot name cost, say cost, let's say $100 for now, $100, and is fast or not. Let's add a quotation, and is fast to be the following boolean of this dot is fast. Now this will be our only function which will be returning me car details. Right, now what we need to do, we need to call our class and its function under our void main method, because in the first tutorial of this course I told you that the void main method is the entry point of our entire code. This code is useless unless you call it under our void main method. So for that purpose, what we have to do, we have to instantiate our car. What does initialization means? It simply means you have to call your class with some default values under it, and we have default values to be filled of name, price, and is fast. Right, so what I'll do, I'll simply say car, let's say car1 is equal to new. It is a new keyword that gives us simply known as car. Now as soon as you will be pressing enter, it will be asking us three different values: name, price, and is fast. So let's fill the values. So let's say we have a car of Bugatti. Let's say the price is $1,200, and let's say is fast is true. Right, now once we have declared, that is once we have instantiated our class, we need to call it. So to call it, we can simply write here print car1 dot car details. Right, now remember under our lecture of functions, I told you whenever we are calling, that is whenever we are returning some value, we need to call it by a print statement. Or we can also do it like this: variable details is equal to car1 dot details. Right, and we can simply call our, that is we can simply print our details. Now I can open my terminal and simply write the command of dart run main dot dart. Now what this thing will do, this thing will simply print the following statement of this dot name, that is Bugatti costs $100 and is fast is to be true. Easy, we are simply instantiating our car and writing its constructor and writing one of the method known as car details, which returns the details of a particular car called Bugatti. Now what's the magic of class is you can add multiple instances of your car. For example, I can copy the following line, I can paste it here, and I can say this is my car 2, and let's say Audi, and let's say the price will be, let's say $1,000, and let's say is fast is false. For now let's consider that Audi is lower than Bugatti. So right now what we can do, we can simply call out our method one more time of taking up details. I'll say details 2, and let's say car 2, and simply print our details. Right, so simply say print details 2. Right, so if I simply run our following script one more time, you can see we will be getting both of the responses with different values. Right, so let's say it is 1000 here. Right now we have only filled it to be 100, but this should be price. So let's say this dot price, and if I run it out, it will also interpret its prices. Right, so this is how things will be going on whenever you will be declaring your classes, that is you can have multiple instances. Right, now pay attention, your instance name should be different, it should be unique, because if I try to declare the instance name with the same name, it will be giving me error that car1 is already declared, that the instance is already declared. Right, so this is how you will be playing around with classes. Now let me show you how you can manipulate the data of our car. For example, here you can see I got my car 2 of Audi having a price of 1000. Now let's say I want to change the price of 1000 from 1000 to, let's say, 1500. So for that purpose, what I can do, I can take the instance of car 2, call out the price, I can set the price to be, let's say, 2000. Right, what I can also do, I can take the instance and I can say is fast is equal to true. Now pay attention, you cannot change the type of it. For example, our is fast is always a boolean, so I cannot add an integer here, that is an integer here, because the following int is not defined to be a boolean. Right, so if I do this, and now what I can do, first of all let's try to print our car without modification and later with modification. Let's say car details. Alright, car2 dot car details. Similarly, you can also assign it to a new variable or directly print it, it doesn't matter. right? So let's comment these details and run the following script. Now you can see initially the value will be 1000 and after that it will be 2000, false and true. Now this is how you will be declaring your classes, right? This is the basic model, everything is from scratch, right? Now what we normally do under production code is we declare our members to be final, that the following members will not be changing over time under our classes, because under classes we always put out some variables which are already coming from another class, right, which is known as abstraction of data, that we are going to see in the next tutorial. But for now, kindly understand, whenever you will declare your class values, that is class member, make them final. This is a general habit because we don't manipulate our class data by ourselves. It is generally manipulated from the abstracted class and so on and so forth, right? What you can also do, you can put out a constructor to be const. You can say the following constructor will be always, it won't be changing because the values are always final, right? Now as soon as you do this, you cannot manipulate your class members, right? You cannot set the value to be 2000 because the final value is already 1000 or whatever we have set it here, right? You can change the value from this side, from our instantiation, but you cannot manipulate that after the instantiation, right? Understand the difference. You can add the value as much as you want, as different as much as you want, but after a declaration you cannot manipulate that, right? So this is how things will be going on whenever you will be declaring or whenever you will be creating your classes, right? Now what I'll show you how to use if and else statements with classes, right? Now this is some topic that I haven't touched so far because teaching all the topics of if else, loops, switch statements singly won't matter, right? We have to learn them with classes, with abstraction and etc. So for now I'll show you how to use if and else statements with cars, right? So what I'll do here, I'll simply remove the boolean of is fast. We will declare the boolean of is fast based on the cars, let's say car speed, right? So here let's say one more variable, let's say double, because car speed can be double, let's say speed, right? Once you do this, you have to declare it under the constructor. What we normally do, we describe the constructor with the required values, right? Now I have taught you what are required arguments. So here I can simply say required this dot name, required this dot price, alright, this dot price, and also required this dot speed, right? So this is our default constructor, and let's remove everything from this side, and also let's remove our car details. Now what I'll do, I'll create a function to determine whether the car is fast or not, right? So for that purpose, what I'll do, I'll say a new method of boolean. It will return me a boolean. Let's say check if fast, right? So now what this thing will require is the function body, right? So now what I'll do, I'll simply say if this dot speed is greater than 1000, return true, it is fast, right? If the speed is greater than 1000, let's say return fast, or else return false. Alright, if return true, and let's say if greater than 50 kilometers per hour, right? So this is how things will be going on, right? So now what we can do, we can go under our void main method and we can declare a new car. Let's say car1 is equal to new. Alright, also whenever you will be declaring your classes, use the following keyword of new, which will be interpreting the dart that this is a new instance of our existing car class. So now car, let's say name or Audi. Now also pay attention how the following naming conventions are changed while we change the following argument type from normal to a required one. And let's say price is 2000 and the speed is, let's say 44 now, right? Now let's try to call out our function. So let's say boolean is fast, alright, is car1 fast is equal to car1 dot check if fast, right? Now if I simply say print is car1 fast, we will be simply getting a false because we have attained a speed of 40. Let's check it out. Let me clear everything and let's run our script one more time. Now you can see we will be getting a value of false because the speed of Audi that we have declared is 40. Now what I'll do, I'll simply copy the following line one more time and I'll simply say a new car of Mercedes, and let's say the speed is not 40 but 80. Also we should be requiring a different installer name. So let's copy the following boolean, paste it here, is car2 fast, car2 dot check if fast, and print car 2 fast or not, right? So what we can also print is the following car names value, right? So what I can do, I can simply say instead of this, let's say under dollar quotation, this dot, alright, not this but car 2 dot name is, alright, after this thing is fast, and we can use the following result of is car 2 fast, right? So this is how you will manipulate in the value. So I can simply copy this statement one more time and simply say car 1 and use the following is car 1 fast or not, right? So what I can do, we can use the following script one more time. Let's check it out, and now you can see Mercedes fast true or is fast false, because as per our if else condition, if speed is greater than 50, only at that time we are returning a true, else we are returning a false. Now at this point we don't even require else statement. Right, if the speed is greater than 50, it will return true, else it will default return false statement, that is false boolean. Right, so this is how things will be carrying out whenever you will be checking up your car speed. Right, now you can also do this thing, you can also add a new function of checking the affordability. Right, so what you can do, I can simply say check if affordable. Right, now I can simply say if price is greater than, let's say, 1000, the car is not affordable for me, for example, else return true. If the car price is greater than $1000, return false, it is not affordable. Else if the car price is lower than 1000, it is affordable. Right, so we can do the same thing here. We can say boolean is car 2 affordable. Right, so here I can simply say check if affordable, and you can simply say is fast, and let's say another same thing, and is affordable to be this value, right, of is car 2 affordable. Right, we can manipulate the same thing here. So let's say the same value here of car 1 is affordable, car check if it is affordable, and add the value of boolean. Right, so copy this and paste it here just like this, and add the following car 1 affordable. Right, so it also checks the speed of the car and also the affordability. Right, so let's clear everything out, and let's make it big here, and let's run the script. So now you can see both of the cars are not affordable because the value is already greater than 1000. Now let's say my Audi is cost $900, and run the following script. Now Audi is not fast but is affordable, and Mercedes is fast and it is affordable. The natural law, whatever is fast is not affordable. Right, so this is how you can manipulate your entire thing. You can add a car painting, if the car is looking nice or not, etc. and etc. based on if and else conditions. Right, you can also combine multiple things here. So let's say check if fast and affordable in a single way. So let's say check if affordable. Right, so for that purpose we can use our operator, logical operator, and let's say check if fast and affordable, and this dot price is lower than 1000. Right, if it is fast, if the speed is greater than 50, it is fast, and if the price is lower than 1000, it is affordable. That's why it will be returning here a true. Right, so we have to change some things here. So instead of having two functions, we can simply use a single function just like this. We can remove everything out, and we can say is car fast and affordable, simply a simple variable. So let's check this, and let's remove everything. Alright, is car 1 fast and affordable. Copy this, paste it here. Right, so let's only carry out on the car 1 for now, or we can also carry out for car 2, it doesn't matter. So let's check it out, and is car 2 affordable. Also make sure you are using the instantiation of car 2, else it will check the value of car 1. Right, so we can have the same print statement here. Right, so let's say car 2 and car 2. Alright, so let's run the following script. Alright, so Audi is fast and affordable, false. Mercedes fast and affordable, false. Right, so now let's check it out. Let's say here what is happening here, the speed is 50, right? So what we need to do, we need to change the speed to 60. Only at that point it will be showing us this, because according to our logical operator, both of the conditions to be true. And here you can see Audi is fast and affordable, true, but Mercedes fast and affordable is false, because the speed is 80 and the price is 2000, right? The price criteria is going above, that is, it is giving a false value to our condition of price should be lesser than 1000. Now this is how you will be combining multiple if and else conditions, logical operators, etc. and etc. Right. Now I think this tutorial has gone quite long and quite big for your knowledge. So make sure you practice everything whatever I have taught you in this tutorial, because this is one of the base, one of the fundamental of whatever we will be creating under Flutter projects. Right. So I'll see you in the next one with another great tutorial for abstraction of classes, mixins and some higher stuff. So till then, practice all the things that I have taught you till far, that is the basic of variables, functions, type of variables and classes, etc. and etc. Right. So I'll see you in the next one.